there is maintenance with lithium ion. It's not non-existent, mostly observation. And then as a client, they're going to watch their system operate and know that it works. And if you're doing a grid tie battery backup system, that means flipping off your main breaker once in a while, because if your battery is primarily there for resilience, and you don't test it with an imitation power outage once a year, twice a year, you have no idea how the health of that battery is going. Nothing tells you anything about it. Basically, your system's going to keep the battery fully charged. And the first time you're going to find out whether it's not happy or not is in a real power outage. That's stupid behavior. So we train our clients to flip the main breaker off twice a year, and hopefully they do it at least once a year, and run a day and see, how does the battery supply the energy that you want during power outages? And is there any surprise? Is the battery getting depleted too quickly by your estimate, which means there's a problem with the health of the battery? I'll tell you one thing that's really bad news for people that just have these batteries sitting there for resilience, is that batteries don't like to just sit still. Batteries are designed to cycle, and they know what they are based on that activity, charging up and discharging. Now, lithium ion is kind of nice because it's not like the early NiCad batteries. If you don't drain it all the way down to a fairly useless stage, and you charge it up when it's half capacity, it starts to think it's a smaller battery. And that's always been a nuisance in operating NiCad batteries. Well, lithium ion's a little bit nicer than that. It doesn't have the memory effect that NiCads do. But lithium ion is still a battery. It still wants to know it's loved and it is useful. And that comes about by draining it down and charging it up. I'm going to be kind because I'm a nice person. I'm from the Midwest. I'm not going to say they're really dumb batteries, which may be what I think. But I will say these resiliency batteries have such a narrow service provision. They're just there to give us power during power outages. We need to make them work from time to time. And this test of your battery I'm telling you about is a battery cycle. And that's what you want to do to your battery. If I was on grid with a grid tie battery backup system on a residence or a small commercial system, I would create a power outage to the battery and make the battery work quarterly at a minimum. Give it 4 cycles a year. Chris is a battery nerd. He'd do it every month. And that's going to tell the battery that we expect you to be there, and we're going to discharge you down with lithium ion, so supposedly to maybe a 80% depth of discharge. And then we're going to watch how fast it charges back up. Because remember, a dying battery not only loses its voltage quickly under load, it acts like it's charged up faster than it should too, which means when you put the charge on it, its voltage is going to spike high and stay high, and it's going to look full because, hey, that's the full battery voltage, and the battery's got all this internal resistance. It's been dying for a while. It's probably close to being dead. And unless you know the signs, which is rapid discharge beyond what it should have based on no capacity, and also rapid recharge based on the fact that it looks like it's getting to a charge voltage, but it's really just full of internal resistance, as every dead battery is. So those are the main, service things we want to get through. How often do you do that? I tell people to do their maintenance every year.